how to go from 0 to your dream skills as fast as possible. So this is what we're going to be talking about today, how to actually start calisthenics literally from zero pull-ups and 0 dips, and how to achieve the level that you want to achieve, doing your dream skills like planches and one-arm handstands as fast as possible. Because especially for the past few months, I see a lot of beginners that are getting inspired from influencers on Instagram, on YouTube. They see all of these pro athletes doing some cool skills and they want to get to their level as fast as possible, and so they decide to go straight away into skills. But this is not the best way to do it, because they are not going to see the progress so fast and they're just going to quit after 2 weeks of training. So this video, the purpose of this video is going to be to actually show you the roadmap from 0 to your dream skills. I'm going to show you the steps that you need to follow if you want to actually make progress as fast as possible. Okay, so step 1 is going to be your first steps in calisthenics. Before even thinking about any skills or muscle ups or handstand push-ups and all of that stuff, first you need to learn the basics. And the basics in calisthenics are pretty simple and obvious. It's some dips and some pull-ups. Now I'm going to show you how to do the dip and how to do the pull-up. So this is how a good dip in calisthenics is going to look like. You want to have a little bit of a depression in your shoulders, so you put your shoulders down and you have a little bit of a protraction, so forward. You need to have like a rounded back. So you go down, go up, go down, go up. This is the perfect technique for the dip in calisthenics, and this is how the pull-up is going to look like. Nothing crazy, you just go all the way down, all the way up, chin over the bar, all the way down, all the way up. And now if you still can't do even one dip and even one pull-up, what you can do is you can start doing some negative pull-ups or negative dips, or you can simply just use a light resistance band. And so once you can do a few repetitions here, a few repetitions of dips, a few repetitions of pull-ups, and you actually also start training your core, and it's going to be pretty fast. Maybe it's going to be like 1 month or 2 months, something like that. We are moving on to the second step, which is going to be to actually mastering the basics. Now you can do just a few reps, and the second step is going to be to actually master them. So the goal is going to be to increase your strength and also increase your repetitions. So this stage is going to be a little bit longer. Maybe it's going to be like a few months, 2 months, 3 months. It depends on your conditions right now. It depends on your body fat percentage, how much experience do you have in calisthenics and all of that stuff. So it's kind of different for every person, but you're definitely going to spend a lot of time in the second step, because here you're actually going to understand the technique. You're actually going to understand the technique of the basics, and it is very important because later it is going to translate to the skills. So here the goal is going to be, as I said, to increase the repetitions. You want to go to at least 15 to 20 pull-ups. I know that 20 might sound a lot, but like at least 15 is the bare minimum before moving on to the next stage. And also you want to be able to do at least 20-25 dips, something like that. And also the more time you spend in this in this stage, the better it is going to be, because you're actually going to be working on your physique. And when you're working on basics, set and reps, strength, endurance style of training, you're actually going to improve your physique a lot. So this stage is super important. And you can also implement some EMOM style of training here for endurance. For example, you're doing some dips and you're resting only 1 minute between your sets. So let's say that your maximum dips for one set is 10, you're going to do 5, and you're basically doing 5 dips, you're resting a little bit, like not a little bit, you're resting 1 minute, and after that you go for the next set. And basically you're going to repeat this for like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and this is going to actually help you increase your endurance a lot. It started raining a lot, but anyways, when you reach a good level in your basics, you know, acceptable level, like 15 to 20 pull-ups and 20 to 25 dips, we are actually going to be able to go to the third step, which is going to be learning your first skills. So, you know, beginner friendly skills like the muscle up, the handstand, and the handstand push-ups. Now, I'm not saying that these skills are easy. I'm just saying that if we're going to compare them to a plunge and a front lever, they're going to be way easier. So once you master the basics a little bit, you know, you have been training in strength endurance style of training for a few months, you can move on to this stage. So we're going to start with the muscle up and with the handstand and with the handstand push-ups, because as I said, they are pretty hard skills, but they're also, like, you know, pretty achievable in a short period of time. But at this stage you also shouldn't forget the basics, because the fact that you have been training the basics for 2 or 3 months doesn't mean that you have beaten the game or something like that, because you still need to be working on them, on the pull-ups, on the dips, on the pike push-ups, L-sit, other core exercises, all of that stuff. You still need to be working on it together with the skills, with the muscle up and with the handstand, because like, you still need to improve your basics. 15 pull-ups is a good number to start learning, you know, harder skills, but it's not enough overall, so you still need to improve them. So the best way to do it is going to be to structure your workouts in a way where you're going to start with the muscle up training, with the handstand push-ups, and later you just finish up your workouts with some basic, with some pull-ups, with some dips, leg raises, L-sits, maybe dragon flags. We can say also that the dragon flag is another beginner skill. So this should be the approach here, because if you're just going to focus on the skills, your basics are not going to improve, which means that your overall relative strength is not going to increase, and it is not a good thing. And here it comes, the fourth and most interesting step, where you need to decide what do you want to focus on. Do you want to focus on your physique, or you want to focus on harder skills like the front lever and the plunge? And here you actually have 3 options inside of the, you know, fourth step. The first option is going to be to start weighted calisthenics while combining it with the easy skills, like, you know, the easy skills like the muscle up and the handstand push-ups, because they are pretty easy to combine all together, and it's pretty easy to progress, you know, at weighted calisthenics and also at muscle ups and handstand push-ups. Obviously I can't show you here like how to train weighted calisthenics. I'm going to just put some videos of me, you know, doing some pull-ups and dips. But yeah, I used to train weighted calisthenics when I was focusing more on my physique, you know, more on getting stronger, like overall my relative strength, you know, I wanted to improve in that. I wanted to build some muscle mass, and like 1 year ago that was my main focus. And at the same time I was also doing handstand push-ups and muscle ups, because as I said, it's pretty easy to combine them both. The second option is going to be to actually start learning the plunge and the front lever while also training the muscle ups and the handstand push-ups, basically going all into skills. And this approach is obviously going to help you get better in the skills, and it is also going to allow you improve your physique, you know, with the time. Obviously it's not going to have the same effect as if you're going to train weighted calisthenics, but if you're going to keep doing the handstand push-ups, if you're going to keep doing the muscle ups and sometimes doing some basics while adding some plunge and front lever training into your training plan, you're going to improve your physique over time, and you're also going to get better in the skills. So here you just need to decide like which path do you actually want to take. Do you want to focus more on skills? Do you want to focus more on your physique? Or do you want to get, you know, the balanced approach and get a little bit from the physique and a little bit from the skills? And the third option here is going to be the final one, and it's actually doing weighted calisthenics with the harder skill, with the harder skills like plunge and front lever. And yes, it's going to be very hard to progress at both at the same time. I have tried it. I was doing weighted calisthenics, weighted pull-ups, weighted dips, while also training for the planche and the front lever. And the catch here is that in the beginning, you know, when you transition to weighted calisthenics and into the planche and front lever, if you structure your workouts right, you're actually going to be able to progress at both, at least for a few months. For like 3 to 4 months, you're going to be able to make progress in both, but at some time, it's going to get nearly impossible to make progress at both at the same time. And you will just need to choose one of them. You just need to decide, what do you want to focus on more? Do you want to focus more on your relative overall strength, which means going for the weighted calisthenics, or you want to progress more at skills and you want to, you know, try this approach? Because I tried to progress at both at the same time a few months ago, and I just realized that I am making a little bit of progress, but it's going to be too slow, and I actually wanted to go more into skills. And because of that, I started training like literally only skills, like handstand push-ups, 90 degrees, planches, front levers, one-arm handstands, and all that stuff, because I am pretty satisfied with my physique. I don't want to get bigger, I don't want to build more muscle mass. I like my physique and I actually want to go more deeper into the skills. So at some point you will need to make this decision by yourself, and I know it's pretty hard, but at the end of the day, even if you choose, let's say, to go with the weighted calisthenics, you can like try it for 3 months and then switch to skills. If you, for example, now want to learn skills, nobody's telling you that if you're going to start training weighted calisthenics, you need to like do weighted calisthenics until the end of your life. You just can try go with the weighted. If you don't like it, or if you're just getting bored of it, you can switch to skills. But doing them both at the same time is going to be pretty hard. So basically that's it for the video, and I just kinda gave you the roadmap how to go from zero, from literally being able to do 0 pull-ups and 0 dips, to being able to do your dream skills, whether it's a planche, a front lever, handstand push-ups, and you know, whatever skill you're trying to learn. And if I was starting calisthenics from zero today, right now, this would be the approach that I'm going to take. Obviously, nobody is forcing you to do anything. You can try your own approach, you can try to do it your way, but I'm training calisthenics for 6 years, and for the past 4 months I'm doing like only skills. I'm focusing only on skills, and you know, I have quite a lot of experience, and this is what I would actually suggest you to do. Just follow this roadmap that I gave you in this video, from step 1 to step 4, and this is going to be literally the fastest way for you to make progress as a beginner, as an intermediate athlete, and even as an advanced athlete. So take the knowledge, implement the advice if you actually want to see the results, because if you're watching this video just for entertainment, it's cool, maybe you're going to learn something, but if you actually want the real life results, go and do it. As always, expect redemption, and see you in the next one.